Did you know there's a country in South America smaller than Luxembourg? Welcome to Suriname, a nation so tiny it could fit inside New York City 3 times over. Yet this pocket-sized powerhouse is home to a cultural tapestry that rivals the diversity of countries 10 times its size. Imagine a place where Dutch colonial architecture stands alongside Hindu temples, where you can savor Indonesian nasi goreng for breakfast and African-inspired peanut soup for dinner. This isn't a fictional melting pot, it's the everyday reality of Suriname, a country that's been hiding in plain sight on the northeastern coast of South America. Did you know there's a country in South America that's not considered part of Latin America? Welcome to Suriname, a nation that defies expectations at every turn. As a former Dutch colony, Suriname stands out from its Spanish and Portuguese-speaking neighbors, creating a unique cultural landscape in the heart of South America. While Suriname's geographical location firmly places it on the South American continent, its cultural heart beats to a Caribbean rhythm. This unusual alignment stems from its historical ties and shared experiences with other Caribbean nations. Imagine a country that looks to the Caribbean Sea for its cultural identity while being firmly rooted in the Amazon rainforest. That's the fascinating paradox of Suriname. This Caribbean connection isn't just a cultural quirk, it has real-world implications. Suriname is a proud member of the Caribbean Community, an organization primarily composed of island nations. This membership influences everything from trade agreements to educational exchanges, linking Suriname more closely with countries like Jamaica and Trinidad than with its South American neighbors. Even in the world of sports, Suriname's Caribbean identity shines through. When it comes to football, you won't find Suriname competing in South American tournaments. Instead, they play in the CONCACAF alongside North American and Caribbean teams. Picture Surinamese players facing off against teams from countries like Cuba or Haiti rather than Brazil or Argentina. It's a testament to the power of cultural ties over geography. This unique positioning has profound effects on Suriname's culture. The nation has absorbed influences from both its South American location and its Caribbean affiliations, creating a rich tapestry of traditions, music, and cuisine. You'll find Caribbean-style festivals alongside Amazonian indigenous practices, a blend that exists nowhere else in the world. Suriname's Caribbean ties have shaped its identity in countless ways, from its laid-back coastal vibe to its diverse ethnic makeup. It's a country that proves cultural identity isn't always defined by continental borders. As we peel back the layers of Suriname's unique position, we discover a nation that's neither fully South American nor entirely Caribbean, but something wonderfully in between. Picture a place where you can hear Dutch, English, Javanese, and Surinamese Creole all on the same street corner. In Suriname, this linguistic symphony is just the beginning of its cultural tapestry. But how does a nation of just 600,000 people manage to preserve so many distinct identities? Suriname's population is a living mosaic of cultures, each piece contributing to a vibrant national picture. The largest group, making up about 37.5% of the population, is the Afro-Surinamese community. These are the descendants of African slaves who have preserved their heritage through music, dance, and traditional clothing like the koto, a long, layered skirt paired with a wide blouse that has become a symbol of cultural pride. Next, we have the Javanese community, accounting for roughly 15.7% of Suriname's people. They've maintained strong ties to their Indonesian roots, keeping alive traditional practices and even their language, generations after their ancestors first arrived in Suriname. Can you imagine the scent of Indonesian spices wafting from a kitchen in the heart of South America? Indigenous peoples, though a smaller group at about 3.7% of the population, play a crucial role in Suriname's cultural landscape. Their presence serves as a living link to the land's pre-colonial history, with traditions that have survived centuries of change. But that's not all. Suriname is also home to significant Hindustani and Chinese communities, as well as people of mixed descent. Each group adds its own unique flavors, traditions, and languages to the mix. It's like having the world's cultures condensed into a country smaller than the US state of Georgia. This diversity is perhaps most evident in the languages spoken across Suriname. Dutch may be the official language, but it's just the tip of the linguistic iceberg. English is widely used, while Suriname's Creole serves as a lingua franca that bridges cultural gaps. Add to this Javanese several indigenous languages, and you've got a country where being multilingual is the norm rather than the exception. But how do all these distinct cultures manage to coexist in such a small space? The answer lies in Suriname's unique brand of cultural harmony. Rather than melting into a single, homogeneous culture, Surinamese people have found ways to preserve their individual heritage while embracing a shared national identity. This balance is evident in daily life, where traditional festivals bring together people from all backgrounds. Imagine celebrating Diwali alongside your Hindu neighbors one day, then joining in Javanese New Year festivities the next. It's this spirit of mutual respect and celebration that defines Suriname's national character. Welcome to Suriname's culinary wonderland, where your taste buds can travel the world without ever leaving the dinner table. In this small South American nation, each meal is like a passport to a different continent. But with such a diverse array of culinary influences, how does Suriname create a cohesive food identity? Suriname's cuisine is a vibrant fusion of flavors, blending Indian, Javanese, African, and indigenous traditions into a unique gastronomic landscape. This culinary tapestry reflects the country's rich cultural heritage, with each dish telling a story of migration, adaptation, and creativity. Imagine savoring the aromatic spices of India in one bite, then tasting the tropical flavors of Indonesia in the next, all while sitting in a small corner of South America. Let's explore some of the key dishes that make Surinamese cuisine so special. Roti, an Indian flatbread made from wheat flour, is a staple in Surinamese kitchens. It's typically served with richly spiced curries, showcasing the strong Indian influence in the region. Then there's nasi goreng, a classic Indonesian fried rice dish that's found a second home in Suriname. Seasoned with soy sauce and sweet kacha manis, this stir-fried delight delivers a slightly caramelized taste that speaks to Suriname's Javanese roots. But Suriname's culinary identity isn't just about imported traditions. The country has its own unique creations, like palm, a traditional baked dish made with breadfruit and seasoned meat. Often enjoyed during celebrations and gatherings, palm's starchy texture and citrusy notes make it a beloved local favorite. Can you imagine the mix of aromas wafting from a Surinamese kitchen, where these diverse dishes might all be prepared side by side? The challenge of defining a national cuisine in such a multicultural society is evident, yet it's precisely this diversity that makes Surinamese food so intriguing. Traditional ingredients like rice, coconut, and tamarind blend seamlessly with colonial influences, creating dishes that are both comforting and full of surprises. The bold use of spices and fresh ingredients results in a cuisine that's uniquely Surinamese, despite its global inspirations. Interestingly, food in Suriname serves as more than just sustenance. It's a unifying factor in society. Shared meals and culinary traditions bring together diverse communities, celebrating the country's multicultural identity. Whether it's enjoying a cold parbo beer, the national brew with friends, or gathering for a festive meal of palm and roti, food is the thread that weaves Suriname's cultural tapestry together. From the vibrant streets of Paramaribo to the lush Amazonian interior, Suriname's cultural expressions are as diverse as its people. Picture a festival where African-inspired koto dresses swirl alongside delicate Javanese kabaya, each garment telling a story of heritage and identity. This small nation boasts a rich tapestry of traditions that have survived centuries of change. But how do these cultural treasures endure in our fast-paced modern world? Let's start with the iconic koto, a symbol of Afro-Suriname's pride. This long layered skirt paired with a wide blouse wasn't just designed for fashion, it was born out of necessity during colonial times to protect against harsh climates. Today, the koto has evolved into a powerful emblem of cultural resilience, worn during festivals and important events. But there's more to this outfit than meets the eye. Have you ever heard of clothing that can speak without words? The anisa, a headscarf worn with the koto, does just that. Its folding style subtly communicates a woman's mood, relationship status, or even her opinions, a silent language understood by those in the know. Across town, you might spot the elegant silhouette of a Javanese kabaya. This fitted blouse, adorned with intricate embroidery, pairs beautifully with the siren, a skirt featuring nature-inspired patterns. These garments aren't just clothes, they're a living link to Suriname's Indonesian roots, worn proudly during religious festivals and family celebrations. But Suriname's cultural fusion doesn't stop at fashion. Close your eyes and listen. Can you hear the rhythmic beats of African drums mingling with the melodic tones of Javanese gamelan? This is the soundtrack of Suriname, a nation where music serves as a bridge between past and present. The lively Kuya dance, with its fast-paced movements and infectious rhythms, brings communities together in a celebration of Afro-Suriname's heritage. As the sun sets, Suriname transforms into a sea of twinkling lights during Diwali, the Festival of Lights. This major cultural celebration, deeply rooted in the Indian community, has become a unifying event for all Surinamese. Homes glow with the warm light of oil lamps, and the air is filled with the sweet aroma of traditional Indian treats. It's a time when cultural differences fade away, replaced by a shared spirit of joy and renewal. In the face of rapid modernization, you might wonder how these rich traditions survive. The answer lies in the younger generations of Surinamese, who are breathing new life into their cultural heritage. By participating in festivals, continuing music and dance practices, and adapting traditions to contemporary life, they ensure that Suriname's unique cultural mosaic remains vibrant and relevant. As we reflect on Suriname's cultural richness, it becomes clear that this small nation holds lessons for the world. In a time of global uncertainties, Suriname stands as a testament to the power of diversity and the strength found in embracing our differences. Are you ready to explore how this tiny country might just hold the key to understanding our interconnected world?